Here's your WNEM TV5 news update.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Meg McLeod. Here's a look at the stories we're following tonight. More than 9,000 new cases have been reported since Saturday of COVID-19, averaging roughly 4,500 each day, with an additional 62 deaths. That brings the state's overall totals to more than 216,000 cases and more than 7,600 deaths.
I think that likely, based on impact, that will be the greatest medical advance in the last 100 years.
Early data shows Pfizer's COVID-19 vaccine has an effective rate of more than 90%. The interim analysis looked at the first 94 confirmed cases of COVID-19 among the more than 43,000 volunteers who either received 2 doses of the vaccine or a placebo. Pfizer plans to seek emergency use authorization from the FDA by the 3rd week of November. The company expects to have more than 1 billion doses manufactured next year. It would be free to Americans. Nearly 50 schools throughout the state are currently experiencing a new outbreak of COVID-19. That includes Weiss Elementary in Saginaw, Frankenmuth High School, Bullock Creek Elementary, Seabird Elementary in Midland, Weston Elementary, and Imlay City High School in Lapeer County, as well as Harbor Beach High School in Huron County. Midland Public Schools is seeing a rise in coronavirus cases as well. 14 new cases were reported today, with 21 students and staff considered active positive cases. 288 staff and students are currently in isolation or quarantine, with 267 considered close contacts to a confirmed case. So far, Midland Public Schools has reported a total of 53 positive cases to the health department. Bay City Public Schools is now moving to remote instruction beginning Wednesday. The district cites Bay County's high-risk designation, as well as increased COVID-19 exposures among staff and students. The district plans to return to face-to-face in January. McLaren Central Michigan in Mount Pleasant began tightening visitor restrictions today. That means visitors for any patients will likely not be allowed unless the patient is under 21. iPads are being utilized for virtual visits, and exceptions are being made, like for end-of-life situations. And now here's Brian with a look at our forecast.
Well, thanks very much, Meg. Of course, we've been locked into a pretty nice stretch of weather here in November over the last few days, record-breaking, in fact. As of Monday, we have broken 6 record highs over the previous 3-day stretch, and we're likely to see a couple more go down tomorrow. Before then, on Veterans Day, some big changes come our way. So for one more day, we're going to stay here in the warm sector on the First Warn 5 Sky Tracker tonight. We're on the western periphery now of that high-pressure system that was sitting in place for most of last week. Throughout the day tomorrow, that'll continue to lead to southwest winds, but this cold front trailing back to the Minneapolis area tonight will make progress east toward us on Tuesday. And while that will culminate in a round of rain and even some thunderstorms on Tuesday evening into Tuesday night, behind it, it's going to lead to a big drop in the temperatures. Nothing record-breaking, but still a big drop, of course, compared to where we've been. A lot of these 70s that we, of course, have been running in mid-Michigan over the last few days set to be replaced by 40s and 50s by day and a lot more 30s and maybe even some 20s by night for the second half of the week. As for tonight on the hour-by-hour forecast, this evening into the midnight hour continuing to favor partly cloudy skies. We'll see a bit more cloud coverage begin to sweep in across the region by the time we get up tomorrow morning. While the possibility is there around, say, Houghton and Higgins Lake, Clare, maybe even Mount Pleasant, West Branch in the morning for a little bit of drizzle, I do think this is being a bit overstated here. We do still have a fair amount of dry air in place, but the general trend throughout the day, regardless for everyone, will be a gradual increase in clouds, noon to 5 p.m., same story. Then around 9 o'clock tomorrow evening, when that cold front begins to swing in on the west side of the state, you see a rather potent line of rain and thunderstorms sweeping in. That'll head toward I-75 and the Tri-Cities by midnight, then exit the region by the time we get up on Wednesday morning, leaving those notably colder temperatures in their place. But as for tonight, open your windows, get some fresh air while you have the chance to here in mid-November. Low temperature is only going to be about 63 degrees, which, by the way, will also set new records for warmest low temperature on November 10th. 73 the high for tomorrow, also likely to set some new record highs as clouds increase, then evening rain and thunderstorms develop. Then in your First Warn 5 7-day forecast, it's more typical November from Veterans Day onward. 50 degrees on Veterans Day with decreasing clouds. Same story for Thursday, mostly sunny and 50. 47 on Friday, variable clouds. Then some shower chances return over the weekend as we stay much chillier in the 40s and 50s.
Remember to tune into WNEM TV5 on air and online 24/7 for the latest news, weather, and information.